What is up, everybody? What's up, Yoda Trades? What's up, Paul? How'd your guys' trade day go today? It was a crap day for me, I'm not gonna lie. I misread this market all day. Oh. You good, bro? Nothing but time. Time's valuable, man. What up in trades? Just smacked gold. Yeah, I'm gonna check out gold tonight. And just so you guys know, we have the live over on the shorts and we have the live on the horizontal. So whichever way y'all prefer it, I have it on both sides. Phenomenal. Now only 500 from passing the Bullinox account I won here. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, we're going to be having some Bullinox giveaways. The Bullinox payout. I gotta ask them tomorrow when they pay it out, but we did hit the threshold for it. So I'm just going to have the whole payout turned straight into credits for giveaways for you guys. I did pass my trade day eval today, though, which I did post in the Discord. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I need to pull up the Discord anyways because I need to tell everybody that we are live. Let me get it pulled up here real quick. So yeah, I did pass the trade day. So we have this past eval. Let me make this so that way you guys on the short side can see it. We have this past eval section right here. You guys pass your evals, post your certs and stuff, and then we have the payouts. So if you get payouts or if you get past evals, post them in here. I want to see all your guys's you know, who's all passing evals, who's getting payouts. But passed another trade day today, so we have a trade day fundo. Let me just let the Discord know we are live real quick. Okay. And let me grab this one. We'll get to charting up real quick. Yeah, I figured I'm going to start streaming a little bit later at like 9:30 because I noticed when I get on at 8 and start streaming, we don't really start getting traffic until like 9:30 anyway. So I figured that's just better for all you guys. All right. Okay. Go ahead and close that out. Yeah, I didn't have a great trade day today. I did kind of bad today. I just couldn't get the bias. I'm sorry, 1 second. I couldn't get the bias today. I was trying to long, but I kept feeling like it was wanting to short. It was this right here that really messed me up. It was all of this range. I kept thinking we were wanting to break short, and it just kept coming back and stopping me up, stopping me out every time. And then we got down here, I kept thinking we were wanting to come long, and it kept stopping me out. So I was just like, you know what? I give up. I give up. All right, let's go ahead and let's get our charting going. Hopefully we got something better. Today we were working off of a flat day anyways, because the previous day we had a really flat day. So I hate trading the day after a flat day. At least now we have a little more movement today. So I'm going to go ahead and mark these out. And we're going to start with our in shorts on gold. Yoda Trades, let's go. Okay. Oh yeah, we're going to check out gold here in just a second. Exited gold. Okay, I guess it didn't work out too well. Hey Red and everybody, what's up? You had a good trading day. Congrats. Hi guys, what's up, Feline Futures? How are you doing? How was your trade day today? Were you green? Were you red? Did you tilt, blow account, buy 3 more, blow them 2? You know, how'd it go? That's like me, right? Like, when I tilt hard. I don't just tilt regular tilt. I mean, like, I'll tilt to blow account, and then I'll do 3 more accounts right after. I gotta get, like, all the tilt out. You know what I mean? Alright, so we are marking external range from previous day, high and low. And then this candle body open right here, which will be internal range. And looking at this, it's looking bullish, right? It's looking like we're going to want to come down a little bit and then pump up. That's how we're looking on the dailies here. All right, let's drop down to our 4 hours, see if we can get some key zones. Let me lock these, by the way. I always got to remember to lock these because I always end up moving them around when I'm trading. And it's like a pet peeve of mine because then I have to go back in and change it. To go redo this all over again. All right, so it looks like we have a nice little gap right here that I want to mark out. Nice little gap right here. Look at that gap. Look at that zone. You know we want to tap into that. That's going to be the daily candle coming down before it goes up. I think after we run this, I think we're going up. We're going up, baby. 300 worked out great. 700 total in. Oh, it worked out great. 700 total in 15 minutes. Very nice, Yoda trades. Longed into 84, then called the short. I mess my fibs up all the time. Your fibs, how do you do your fibs? Do you do them off like hourly chart? Do you do them off of like 15-minute chart, 5-minute? Like how do you normally do your fibs? I normally just put it on like the 30-minute chart, and I'll look at like the previous day session into the session we're in now, and I'll go from the high to the low. But I kind of gotten away from the fib just because, like, I don't know. I feel like it works on certain market conditions, but then it's like, then you get too confident in the fib and then it doesn't work. You're like always relying off that 50%. All right, so we got that key zone marked out. We got another key zone up here we need to look for. It's a good line of resistance right here. I'm actually going to put it... How do we want to draw this? Let's do... No, let's do the top of these candle closures. Just to the top of these ones. Right about there. Okay. And then we have this zone right here. And then the last one. Right there. All right, there's some key areas for us. Drop down to the 1 hour. Not much going on with the 1 hour. Look at the 30 minutes. That's why I like to do where I like to get my higher time frame trend lines. Let's see. How do we want to do the trend line? Let's do it a little steeper. Alrighty. That'll work. lock these bad boys. And then just gotta get my value areas and we'll be good to go. So we're at a 15-minute. Let's grab our value, our fixed range volume profile. We didn't get any value area plays this session. It never came down and touched any of the previous value areas, which typical for a Monday, right? So no biggie there. All right, so our open was right here and our close was right about there. Which this is nice because we're already in value, trading in value area from previous days. So we are going to get some trades out of this. Let's get our point of control. And make that green. And let's get our value area low. And let's make that orange. And then just gotta lock them down and we are good to go. We can start trading. All right. All right, so we started session right here. And so far we just got this D shape with point of control right in the middle. So it's a range of night. We're just gonna bounce from here to here, here to here, here to here. That's what we're doing. So we're just looking for scalps up and down, up and down. That's what we're gonna be looking for tonight. That's what I'm gonna be looking for tonight. I don't know what you guys are gonna look for in your chat account, but that's what I'm looking for. I might change this to the 3 minute. Yeah, let's go to the 3 minute. Sometimes the 1 minute on Asia session is just kind of ugly because it's too small of movements, right? The 3 minute candles are at least 6 points on the ATR. Okay, let me catch up what you said here, Yoda. You use the 15 minute, the daily, and the weekly fib. I don't use it all the time and only focus on the 236 and the 786. Okay. What tick you on? What tick am I on? Like what ticker? I'm on NQ. I'm on the NQ. All right, so I need to do this too just to remind myself. So that's a key zone, that's a key zone, and that's a key zone. This one was that gap. So I'm just gonna put this was the 4 hour gap. 4 hour gap. Just so that way I can remember. Settings, let's make sure that's let's center that. There we go, 4 hour gap. No, it's a ways, but it's just good to know where it's at, right? And gotta get my pen out. So yeah, we did hit the Bullinox affiliate payout. We just gotta wait. I gotta ask them tomorrow how do I request it or if they just send it out. And then as soon as I get that, I'm gonna grab all of that for giveaways for you guys. So we got that coming. Let me save this chart here. Tonight we'll trade on the chat account, and then I got the streamer account. Streamer account, we are looking at honestly, I think I just broke even last night because we didn't really move a whole lot. So I'm only $86 up on that one. The chat account, you guys are still up $411. So had some red, but I think we should just trade this a little heavier tonight. See if we can get it past, because if not, it's gonna end up resetting anyways. So if it's gonna get reset, we might as well push it. I do have a trade day account that's like almost blown. I went in hard with it and I got stopped out a couple times, and I probably oversized more than I should have. So it's almost blown, but if I see any like good confidence on trades, and I'll probably take that. All right, so we're coming up through previous day POC. I'm gonna jump on the streamer account. If we come back down and touch this right here, let me see. So we've been bouncing off this, right? We came down into it, bounced. The EMA is below the VWAP. So even though the EMA is below the VWAP and we're playing right in a value area, I honestly just feel like this volume zone right here is just shortened from up here and longing from down here, just back and forth. That's what I'm pretty much looking for tonight. That's great. What up, TRB? And I do want to check some news real quick. I did see today that NVIDIA was talking about something with China, right? They're allowing the, right here. We received H2O license for several key customers in China. So that's really bullish. So we should see some good bullishness out of that, because when NVIDIA moves, NASDAQ moves. They're a big player in the NASDAQ. One of the biggest. Look at we close. All right, so let's get caught up with the news real quick. Wall Street traders speculated that Fed will lower interest rates, drove equities close to all-time highs, hoping that policy easing at a time when the economy is bending but not breaking will boost corporate America. Following a drop in the wake of weak job numbers, which y'all, I don't know if you guys are seeing this. We have low like job numbers right now on any of the economical news that comes out on it. It's because of AI, right? Like a lot of people are losing their jobs because of AI. Am I the only one that like people are like, oh, it's not just AI? No, I feel like it's mainly AI. I really do. Think about how many customer service, desk positions, help centers, tech positions, coding positions, like how many of those have been taken from AI? Tons. Okay, so that's great, brother. Can you say one setup, please? One setup. There you go. You ask, I deliver. How do I get in the chat something separate? Not you want to get on the other side? Just go to my channel. Just go to my channel on YouTube. So go to my channel on YouTube and then just click on lives, and you'll see there's two separate lives. There's one for horizontal and there's one for the shorts that you're on now. If you want to see more of the screen, then you want to get on the horizontal. Brother, can you say one setup? Yeah, I got you. I was just messing with you. 1 second, I'll show you. Not just AI, people don't want to work. That is a big thing too. People don't want to work, but I feel like people not wanting to work has been happening for a few years, like since COVID, right? But the numbers just now are showing worse, I think, is because of AI. I mean, it's a mixture of a bunch of things, obviously, but I think the main factor is AI. I have a 55-hour week job and do this. Same. I work 8:30 to 5 Monday through Friday, so I feel you. I'm right there with you. All right, so anyways, Bullish news, nothing bearish sitting out there right now. Bearish enough to cause any. I wanted to take this long off this retest of the previous day's point of control. So to show you a trade day, you want me to show you like a one trade setup TRB. So use these, right? I'll show you a couple trade setups. If you're looking right here, right, and you have your external range up here or the external range down here, then you can use those, and you can look for a sweep of this, and then whenever it comes back down below this line, take your short right there. Take your short. And then when you see signs of weakness, then that's whenever you want to get out. That's one trade. Same thing down here. If it breaks through these and starts making its way back up, take a long. Honestly, it doesn't matter if there's weakness. It'll probably keep moving if it's a long. If it's a short, at weakness, take out. If it's long, then you're probably good to ride it for a while. Just because all things are pointing bullishness right now. And then another one would be if off of this point of control, take a long, which I've just missed. If we pass through this and bounce off of value area high right or value area low right here, you can take a long back to point of control. If we go through value area low, then you can take a short off of the retest of value area low. So those are just some easy, quick ones for you. The trades work more times than they don't when you do those. Now, how far you try to let it run and profit and all that stuff, that's just going to come down to execution. Because they're great trades, but you could still mess it up if your execution isn't good. Let me share my live to Twitter. I don't ever share my live to Twitter. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button. Keep chatting if you don't mind. Get the chat rate up a little bit, and subscribe if you haven't already. Try to get this live pushed out a little bit more on YouTube side. I'm gonna share this to. Actually, I don't want to share this one. I'm gonna share my live to my Twitter account, which I don't really ever do too much, but we gonna do it. We are going to do it. Let's post. Hit him with the little red ball. Or circle, whatever you want to call it. Boom. We are OV. Let's do NQ. Or no, we'll just do trading. And we'll do futures. And post that bad boy. There we go. Okay, I'm in the right. You're in the right one. Now you can see more of the screen. If you're on the short side and you want to see more of the screen, come over to the horizontal. All you gotta do is click on my profile. You have to subscribe, and then you can join. No, you don't have to subscribe, but I would appreciate it if you did. I'm in the right one now. Just followed. Oh, followed my Twitter. Yeah, let me drop the links in here too for the Discord. X. I'll just drop my socials. Follow whichever ones you guys want to. I highly appreciate the support. Hit the like button. Do all the good stuff. I appreciate you for everything. There we go. All right. Now, let's look at the big picture here. What is the market trying to do? So, yesterday the external ranges We're here, which we failed, and down here, which we failed. We've just been in flat. We've just been a flat day. So now today we have these, which obviously on a flat day the external ranges comes in closer. So hopefully we can. I feel like overall we're bullish, right? We've been bullish. We had this nice big sell-off, right? Fill in all the unfilled orders here, and then we've been nothing but bullish since. So I'm feeling like we're gonna probably have to break this external, at least this external first, before we start moving back down more for a bigger sell-off to fill. So to me, it looks like the market is just trying to push up. It's not doing a great job at it, but that's what it looks like to me. It's just trying to push up. So that's my overall bias for tonight and tomorrow till something changes. But I'll make this bigger for you guys to see. What up, Impulse? Impulse on the shorts. Is this a live account or a demo? This is, so I don't know what you mean by exactly live, but this is Bullinox prop firm account. It's not demo, no. It's not funded either. I do have a funded account, which I may trade. It's with trade day, which honestly I need to pull that up actually and make sure that I got it, because I haven't even checked to see if I got it yet. Trade day always takes forever to load. There we go. I got my long only account right there. And then we got our fundo. We did get the fundo. Fundo. Save. Trade days fundos are daily payouts too. So if we can get over that 2K buffer, we could just be hitting daily payouts from there. This is the evaluation account that I was doing I did crap on, and it's really I mean, look how close is it to blowing this account. It's literally like $54 away. My fundo's a freshie though, starting at the 50,000 balance, ready to go. I probably won't trade this at all tonight. We're probably just going to stick with the Bullinox, but the accounts that we have that we're trading on Trading Challenge is going to be Bullinox streamer account, Bullinox chat account for you guys, and then if any A+ setups present themselves, we'll jump on over to the fundo. All right, so Asia session started right here. So look at volume profile from Asia session. So when we get in this value area high right here, I think I'm going to take a short, because I'm thinking that we're just ranging, right? I feel like if I bring these in a little bit, I feel like we're just ranging. Although I do always take this trade, the bounce off of point of control back to here to value area high, but it's just been such a flat day, it's hard to think we're gonna move that much, especially with the ATR only being 6 points. You know what I mean? You are shorting here. How you know what I'm gonna do? You are right though. I am about to short this bad boy. Like I said, I got the value area. I got the volume control right here. So as soon as we get right here in this range, as soon as we get about 23,823, here, I'll draw a line there just so that way I know exactly where we're at. So this is the value area high of just the current session we're in. And then on ATR, we're at 62. So we pass this line and hits, I mean, not ATR, I'm sorry. The RSI, we're on 62. We pass this line and get into the 70 RSI, I'm going to start shorting it. That's what I'm looking for. That's what we're looking for. Brother, can you use easy English? Yeah, I can try. I'm just understand 50%. Okay. Uh, well, the easiest way I can explain would be just the external ranges. So if you come to your daily candle, and I'm not trying to speak like I'm trying to be like a smartass. Like I don't know why it's coming out like that. Like I'm trying to talk all slow, but I am trying to make it easier for you to understand. So, my screen froze. You son of a bitch. Wanted to grab a different prop right now. Which one you prefer? So I have some. Well, what are you looking for? What do you look for whenever you on Top Step and Blue Guardian because of a freebie? I've allowed this guy. Yeah, what are you looking for? So if you're looking for a cheap account and you don't pass a lot of evaluations, or like say you only pass like 50% of them, and then you would probably want to go to a cheap account, I would say go with Bullinox. They're the cheapest right now, and then if you do pass, they have a really good payout rate. If you're looking for one that you're like, okay, well I do pass about 50% of my evals, then what's your strand? I don't know what that means, Feline. What's your strand? I don't understand. Yeah, well, Bullinox you can do end of day as well, and they're cheaper. But if you want to do an end of day, so trade day has daily payouts, but they're a little bit more, and you have to trade for 7 days on the evalve. They have an end of day option as well. Bullinox has an end of day option. The cheapest end of day though is, I was looking at Aqua Futures. I don't know if you ever heard about Aqua. You pass about 65 of them, or 65%. So if you do that, I would definitely say I would go with trade day, because then at least you have the opportunity of daily payouts. Unfortunately, I don't have the affiliation code with them anymore. If you want to come to Discord and look through some of the ones I have an affiliation code, if you want to use it, these are the ones that I have. I have Day Traders, which Day Traders has 90% off trailing evaluations, 80% off static, and 40% off straight to fund it. Bullinox, I have Alpha Futures. Alpha Futures is, oh, you know what? You should probably go Alpha Futures. Yoda Trades. Never mind, just a joke when you were asking what he's looking for. Oh, what's your sell? Oh, I got you, Fila. I couldn't recall, but yeah, that's funny, bro. Alpha Futures is what I would say go with, Yoda, for you, because if you're passing that many, and if you click my link right here, because I don't have a code, you can go through that way and get whatever the biggest discount is. But they're end of day, and they also have their evaluations like 50% consistency, and then they also have where you can get out to 15k payouts per payout. So like you can pull out 15k per payout, not 1500, not 2500, but 15k. So if you're bomb at trading, they're the ones to go with. I also have for Funded Future Network, Top One, and Legacy Funded Futures, which they're new. So if you like the new prop firms, but I was looking at Aqua, and I'll show you real quick. I was looking at Aqua Futures today, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't have an affiliation with them or anything, but I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty sick, bro. Like they look. Are you shorting on this? I might short on this, yes. Here, well, we'll go over Aqua Futures in a little bit, but definitely look at them. They have end of day drawdown. They have end of day drawdown, and they have a couple of other like really good things to look at. They don't have like a payout structure like some of them. It's just you trade for 5 winning days, and then you can start withdrawing money. Okay, so to answer your question, TRB, is you come to your daily candle, right, and see how this is the very high and this is the very low. So what normally will happen is when it breaks one of these sides, then it gives you a good opportunity for the rally back on the opposite direction. So, and I'll just draw it out in case you don't understand what I'm saying. If this breaks this, and then when it comes back below this line right here, that's when you want to enter right there. enter that short as it comes down. Now, once when it probably gets to this zone or this zone, it'll start showing signs of weakness. That's when you get out. That's when you'll get out of it. Or vice versa, if it's down here, it comes down, goes up, same thing. Those are like the easiest trades that you can pretty much take. They don't happen as often, but those are the easiest ones. Not financial advice. Obviously, you can get completely smacked, but, you know, trade at your own risk. I am going to... Okay, and to answer your question, Rosenyak... I'm just going to call you Rebecca. That's a lot easier. I don't know why I didn't look at that first. I'm looking for it to get over this line, and I'm looking for it to hit 70 on the RSI, and then I'm going to short it. That's my plan. That is my plan. Because if you come back to here, we're currently in value area high territory right here. And then the RSI right now is at 66. As soon as it hits 70, that means overbought conditions for the current session. And we're going to short this bad boy. Do you have a previous day high, previous day low in your trade setup? Yes, I do, Juan. That's these blue. So if you're looking... if you're looking at my chart right now, these dark blue lines are going to be your daily, the previous daily candles, high and low. This light blue line is going to be the body, right? So the open and the close of the actual candle body. I don't have a close because we've already ran through it, so I don't draw it. This one we haven't ran through yet, so I consider these as internal ranges. So internal liquidity sometimes gets swept and it never comes down to external. And not to get too complicated, but if you use divergence with ES, say ES runs its external range, but NQ only runs its internal range, and then you see ES starting to come back through, then NQ may never come down and touch its external. It may just accept that and keep moving. So you can use the internal ranges with divergence to help trades. But anyways, that's what I use those lines for. The pink is previous day value area high, the orange is value area low, and the green is the previous session's POC. So that's those colors whenever you see them. And then these boxes right here are key zones. This one right here is a 4-hour gap, and that's another key zone. So that's pretty much what I mark out. Besides that, I just do like one good little either long trend line or short trend line on my bias. My bias is long, so I got the long trend line, right? So for you guys that are new and don't understand when you see all this mess on my chart, that's what we're looking at. All right, we're at 68. We're over this. I may go ahead and try to take a short. So let me get ready to get in this. Let me make sure real quick there was no bullish news. I don't ever want to trade in some bullish news, which I think we are overall bullish, so really shorting isn't the best play. But, you know, I got to put on a trade for you guys. All right, let me catch up with you guys real quick. So, sir, how to analyze 1 day, then 4 hour and 1 hour, and entry on 15, 5 minutes like this, sir. Thanks. No problem, Juan. I'm not new, sir. Almost 2 years. Oh, okay. Yeah. So then you should understand, TRB. I don't. The top-down analysis I do is I use the daily. I use the 1 day to do the external and internal ranges. I use the 4 hour to look for gaps. I use the 1 hour or the 30 minutes to find my trend line, whichever one is showing kind of whichever way I can spot it easier. And then from there, I normally trade anywhere between the 1 and 5 minutes. Typically, I'm on the 3 minute. All right, RSI is over 70. So I'm going to go ahead and short. There we go. All right, we are in the short. For you guys that are on the shorts live, you'll be able to see the P&L above of how the trade, since you can't see the actual bracket here. But the RSI that I'm using, Rebecca, it's down here. This is the RSI down here. Hold on, let me. So that's my ATR. And that's my RSI. I just don't really care to see this. I just look at the numbers right here on the right hand side. So I know the red is my ATR and the purple is my RSI. So I just keep these completely minimized and I just look at that. So I know we got 6 points. So and the way that I use the ATR is, so we got 6 points. So we got our entry at 828. So at least try to give it 2 candles, right? So 6 times 2 would be 12. 12 plus 28 would be 30, 40. So my stop loss would be right at 40. But because I give it like 1 extra point for wiggle room, my stop loss is at 841. So that's how I start. That's how I do my entry. Now, obviously, it's dynamic. I move as we go. But that's kind of like how you want to do it, because after 2 candles, if it's still moving this direction, your trade's probably just wrong and you need to get out anyways. Not course, financially not stable. I'm from Bangladesh. Oh, that's pretty cool. The Bangladesh part, right? Isn't that like a cool place? What does Bangladesh be looking like? Let me look. Bangladesh. It's got a cool name. Is this you right here? That's TRB, baby. That's TRB right there. TRB, is that you? Waving the flag? That's pretty. Oh, look how cool that is. See, I'd love to go to Bangladesh. That looks cool as hell. Alright, so we have a supply zone right here. So hopefully we'll see it reject off of that supply zone. If not, we're getting stopped out. Oh, not me. I thought it was you waving that flag, huh? Okay. Let's get this bread, Yoda. You know Yoda trades? Every time I join somebody's stream, I always say Yoda, and they're like, Yoda? Like they're confused. But when I was younger and I lived in Miami, that's how like me and all my friends, instead of saying like what's up or being like yo, we would just say Yoda. We'd call each other and be like, Yoda, what you doing today? Not financial advice, but we getting this bread either way. On my top step, it's saying order rejected, order exceeds limit. Are you trading outside your limits, Rebecca, on top step? Because you know you can only trade with a certain size. I'm sure you know that, but if you don't know that, that could be why. If you're trading with the correct size, not outside of the limit that they allow you, and it's saying that, then you need to refresh it. Because it's Project X, refresh the platform. It's done that to me before, and I kept trying to enter the trade because it was a trade that I was trying to get into, and it just kept telling me like order filled, but there was no order. And then all of a sudden they all came through at the same time, and it blew the account. I was really mad. It's showing exceed the short limit in market. That means you lost. Oh yeah. Yup, Benzo, that's exactly. You hit drawdown. You might have hit your drawdown. Look at your balance and look at your MLL. And sometimes like I've had it to where I've traded and it's hit my it showed that I was in $1,200 in profit, $1,200 away from my MLL, but I still had hit the MLL before it went to $1,200 profit. So it's still technically dropped the account, unfortunately. And this is why you use ATR, right? So say if I had jumped into this short and I had put my stop loss right here, I would have got wicked out. But because I use ATR, I know 6 points and then another 6 points and then another point just for wiggle room. That means it gives me more chances of, you know, not getting just wicked out. Now, if I get taken out and I'm still at my $250 risk, which is what I risk, if the ATR was higher, say it was 10, I would have probably did like 7 micros. So that way I'd still be in my $250 risk. That way, if it keeps going past this, then I know that I'm just probably wrong on the trade, right? It's going to push for this box, chop around, try to push, bounce off of value area high. Do you limit yourself to a certain amount of trades per day? Or if you're having a down day, a certain dollar amount lost before just walking away from PC? So, Juan, I'm the world's best tilt trader. So for me personally, no, because I'm going to make that money back, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make it back. But for the average person, yes, you should limit yourself. You should limit yourself. Like, and I wouldn't say limit yourself by amount of trades. I would say limit yourself by amount of risk. So whatever you're comfortable risking, you know, and that's going to differ for each person because it just depends on how much you're stable, financially stable enough to buy accounts. Like if you could buy accounts all the time, then your risk may be $500 or $1,000 a trade. If you're like, I can only afford to buy a couple a month, then you should probably only risk depending on what your account size is. So I know a lot of YouTubers and a lot of like influencers would tell you like 1 to 2% is a good risk amount, but to be truthful with you, like 0.5%, 0.3%, like I'm talking about 0.05%, like half of 1% or a third of 1% is good to risk because the lower you risk, the longer you stay in, the more chances you have of getting a day that you're going to have this just running day or trending day that you can just make it all up. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, let me jump back over to this side. It's a new account or using too many contracts. Yeah, are you, Rebecca, are you in the Discord? If you're in the Discord, come here to general and take a screenshot and post it in here, and I can probably tell you what's wrong if I can see it. I don't know what's going on with Financial Juice, but that shit is not working right now. I know some people too, as it goes against the favor of their trade, they'll start adding on, which obviously gives you a better entry. But I stopped doing that because I feel like all that's doing is if I'm losing the trade and it's a loss, I don't want to add on to a losing trade. I'd rather wait until it starts coming down in my favor, add on and lower my risk to be the same risk size. So that way, no matter what, I'm still risking the same amount, but I'm just upping my size. And if I can get it to where I can get my size up and get to break even, then that's like a golden trade for me. That's what I shoot for. Same. See green, take green. Yeah, I'm a take profiter. I know some people frown upon that. They're like, oh, you want to let it hit your TP. You want to let your trade run all the way out. Not me. I want to take that money, baby. First sign of weakness, I'm out. But I'm also an intraday trailing account user, so you know, If you're if you're using intraday accounts, you ain't letting these trades run full. If you do, your intraday's gonna catch up to you. You gotta just take profit when you see profit. Be a take profiter. I don't care if people frown upon you. At the end of the day, you be getting the payout, so who cares? I only use the trailing just because, oh, I use trailing at a point most of the time. Yep. Well, that's what I do. If I usually don't use trailing right off the rip, but if I get where I size in and get to break even, then I'll start trailing it. All right, so we came up. This is what I don't want to see. We came up, we came down, completely tested these nearest highs. And then if it's bullish, it'll start moving back up from here. But hopefully, for my sake, we don't do that. But if you're in a long, that's what you like to see. You like to see it come up, retest the nearest highs, and bounce off of it and keep going. That's a good long right there. I already put the sell order down below. That's why I didn't realize that. But I got better entry on 33 spot this thing. Nice. Yeah, you got in up here, huh? That's good. That is good. We do have one line of defense here too if it keeps coming up. We have a little supply zone right here that could fuel enough buyers, you know, sell to enough buyers to push it down. But as in the market, all things can happen. It could just freaking fly 100 points from here. You never know. Hopefully it drops to here and becomes resistance. Well, that's what happens with longs a lot of times. It goes up, and then when it drops, it'll drop down to the nearest highs, and the nearest highs will, what once was resistance is now support. Same thing with supply and demand zones. It comes up, it supplies, it, we break through, it comes back down, it turns into the demand zone. These support and resistance just ain't like they used to be, you know what I mean? They switch sides too easy nowadays. They're weak. Chat, what do you guys think? You think this is a good short? Do you guys think I'm in a good short right now? Or do you think or are y'all sitting there watching like, damn, this guy's dumb as hell. He's about to get ripped. I am bullish. That's my overall bias is bullish, right? It's been that way for the past 2 days, just because of what the market's been showing us. But at the same time, we've been so flat and so rangy. Even though it's slightly bullish, it's still just ranging. That I'm just trying to use. It's coming back to tonight's sessions open. I'm just trying to use tonight's sessions volume profile right here. And right here, we came above value area high, and our RSI was sitting at 71 when I entered the trade, which shows us that it was overbought for the current session. So I'm hoping that we'll run back down to value area low right here. That's what I'm aiming for. But what do you guys think? You think that's a good? You think we're in a good short here or what? How are y'all feeling about this? No, I think it will be long and consolidating. All right. Well, besides Impulse Waiver, nobody cares about his opinion. Is there anybody else that thinks that we're in a good short? I'm just kidding. Impulse Waiver. Definitely makes me feel a little uncomfortable that your bias is completely different than mine. But you know, I do believe in your trade, so hopefully all I can say is you're wrong, I hope. If not, no biggie. I allow my $250 risk. Me personally, I usually go for a daily hit of 500. So when I'm doing on the like expensive accounts that I really don't want to blow and I want to take seriously, not like these Bullinox streamer accounts that I just mainly trade for you guys, you know, during Asia session, but I try to keep my daily loss at whatever my daily hit is. So if I want to get $500, if that's my target each day, or $800 or whatever, then typically if I hit that in loss, I'll try to stop for the day. If I don't tilt, but I'm human, so a lot of times I have a high win rate, so a lot of times my confidence gets in the way, and it's like, we gonna make it back, which a lot of times we do make it back, and then get the daily hit on top of it. But then there's those days that you don't make it back, and you might as well just go ahead and repurchase a new account, because that one's toast. The skinny bars show sellers stepping in and don't see much follow through. I believe it could dump. Thanks, Juan. That's what I'm talking about. It's my dog right there. He's got my back, baby. He said, me too, bro. Everyone has those days. Yeah. I hate those days when you blow an account and you're like, all right, you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to get another one. We're going to start fresh, and we're going to do it right this time. I ain't going to lose no more $300, so I'm going to stop out. And next thing you know, you're back in the checkout line again with another account. Like, shit. I can't even allow myself to do it again. If any of y'all been there before, y'all ever had that happen? Or you promise yourself after blowing an account, buying another one, that you will not be back in this checkout line today, and then like an hour later, you're just there with your shopping cart, looking all disappointed as hell. At this point, you just stop talking to yourself. Like, you don't even rationalize anymore. You're just like, I'm not even going to talk to me right now because I'm so mad. While you're checking out a new account. I've blown accounts the same day I bought them. And then bought more. Sir, you're trading like how much long? Sir, you're trading like how much long? How long am I trading for? I'll probably trade to about midnight. It's 10:30 right now. So, good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I use trailing greenbacks. Them greenbacks, some George Washingtons. How do you identify supply zones? Is it just the wick above difference from Falveri? Yeah, so something, sorry, I didn't see your message till now. So the way that I identify them is there's two ways. So for supply zones, what you're looking for is, these are supply zones, right? See how it's a small white candle followed by a big red candle.
Order filled.
That small white candle, I typically mark out the body and the top wick. And then if it's on the other side down here, you have a small red candle followed by a big white candle, right? Or green candle if it's on your chart. Then I would mark out from here and here. And that would be the... So that's how you draw them out. All right, so we got stopped out. I am going to... It came right into this box now. All right, so we're going to get rid of this. That shit did not hold at all, which is fine. It was tiny. I didn't really expect it to. We are at like almost 80 on the RSI now. All right, so I'm going to jump over to the chat account, and I'm going to hold a poll for you guys. We need to start getting this thing either passed or failed or something. We got to do something with it. Oh, I see what you're saying. How long to start trading? I mean, years, 5, 6 years, like this. Oh, okay. I've been trading for like 4 months. I've been trading for like 4 months. All right, so I'm gonna throw up this poll real quick. So pick long or short, whatever your bias is. I'll execute the trade. Once again, if we get this account funded and get a payout on it, I will use the money to purchase giveaways specifically for the stream, and in-house on the Discord. I will not be taking it for myself. I will be using it for you guys. That's why it's your account. All right, so I threw the poll up. When you guys get a chance, hit the poll. Put on whether you think it's short or long. I hate when impulse waivers, right? It's going to keep going and then consolidate. How... well, let me catch back up. In it with you, it's due for a good flush. Yeah, I might have got into it just a little too early. The RSI was only at like, I think it just crossed over to 70 when I got into it. I probably should have waited until up here when it was at 80. Probably would have been a good confluence, but it is what it is. I don't want to wait too long, make you guys sit here and watch nothing. Let's see here. So in at 30.25, my bad, 29.50. Got you Yoda trades. How do you identify the weakness of the market? So I mean, I base it off of just kind of candles, really, and volume, which you could use the volume down here if you want to, but honestly for me, I don't really see the difference of looking at the volume or looking at the candles, because if the candle's big, the volume bar is big. If the candle's small, the volume bar is small. So to me, it's just kind of like pointless. But yeah, so what I look for is, like, when I'm looking for weakness, let's see if I can find an example. So like, say you're in the short right here, right? So you got in the short and it was coming down, you had pretty good sized candle. You got to remember the wick too. So if you're not going to use the volume and you see a small candle, you got to remember, like, you got to think of this whole wick and the candle as being a volume bar down here. So still big volume there. Got a little bit of weakness, but then another big volume bar, another big volume bar, another big volume bar, another big volume bar. Right here, too small, and then it just got smaller and smaller, started getting real wicky. Then that's whenever that's kind of like how you see how it does it, like right here too. And it does it right here too. It just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but you just kind of start noticing it. Like when it starts getting like doji or wicky or whatever you want to call it, and it goes from big bars to little bars, then that's your sign of weakness. Doesn't necessarily say it won't hold and keep going in the same direction, but it's just saying that if there is a chance of reversal there. Because I've seen times where it's come down, got weak like this, started pushing up, came back down, got weak again, looked like a bear flag, and then dumped another, 50 points or whatever. But typically when you see this signs of weakness like this right here, that if you are looking to get out of a trade or looking for a reversal, those are usually your key points. And that's kind of what I was looking at here too, is you can see it was starting to get kind of the same as like this. But unfortunately it is what it is. Anybody still in this short? And while we're at this level, I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. So if you have not hit the poll yet, make sure you hit it. How many points are we going for? So really, I was just going to go for like, I was just going to let it run until I started seeing a little bit of weakness, and I was going to come out. I have my TP normally set at 500, but that's just because that's usually like my daily target is 500. But please believe on any of these little demand zones right here, if it started showing weakness, I would just take profit. I normally will more take profit on newer accounts just to get some cushion into it quicker than I will the ones that already have cushion in it. I might let it run a little bit longer. 4 months. Yeah, I know it's sad, ain't it, TRB? Hate to see stop get taken out and then starts heading my way. Yeah, that's why I try to use ATR for it, but ATR actually picked up. It was only at like 5 point something. It picked up to 6 point something right here off of this. So this was just kind of like an out of character bar, which probably caught some type of stop losses from this right here, and it probably, you know, wicked it up, which is fine. It happens. You can try to perfect your entries, stop losses, and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, it works sometimes and it doesn't work sometimes. Letting it run. And no, Rebecca, you're not asking too many questions. I've learned a lot in my short amount of time of trading, so I am pretty confident on answering a lot of questions. So if you have any questions at all, regardless if I'm the best trader or not, I still can tell you the answers to it usually. Due for a pullback. We have some dump action, but nothing sustained. Yeah. Well, nothing in this. Like I said, I'm thinking for Asia market, I'm thinking we're literally looking at the volume profile and the shape of it. I'm thinking we're just coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down. Like this, like somewhere in this range, pretty much. Like this range right here, this whole square box, I think we're just chopping all through this, and that's pretty much it. That's my bias right now, unless there's some type of news, or if there's any. I didn't even look to see if we have any economical events. We don't, so yeah, that's pretty much. There's really no news. There's no nothing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll, and that way we can get in on the chat account. So on the short side, it is showing long, and then on the horizontal side, we are also showing long. So let's get into the long.
Order filled.
All right. You guys want it long? We're gonna go long. Just turtle pace at this point. Yeah, for real. About to grab a 25k aqua to try them. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be trying aqua too. Did you look at their rules? They look pretty good. Like I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they could be pretty good. I did have a prop firm reach out to me on via email today, asking me if I wanted to look, like, have a little meeting with them and look to see if I want to like promote their prop firm. So I'm gonna talk with them and see what the prop firm is about and see if it's even like something good that I would want to promote. But yeah, as soon as I get done with that, I'll let you guys know for sure. Stepped out, thank you. Let's go. Length of time doesn't matter. Reps and knowledge. Yeah, no, length of time doesn't matter. That's why when TRB said 4 months, I was just like, whatever, 4 months. Because the difference is that I may be able to learn in 4 months what it takes you 2 years to learn. I've gotten a payout in 4 months, which it takes people 4 years to do. So I'm not afraid to say, you know, how long I've been trading for. I could lie and say I've been trading for a lot longer, but time does not matter. Somebody that's been trading for 1 year could know as much as somebody that's been trading for 10 years. Obviously, the person that's been trading for 10 years is always going to have, you know, more experience because they've had more time to experience different things. But you also got to think about the volume that you trade at. You know, if you've been trading for 4 years, for example, and you only trade once every week or twice every week versus somebody that's been trading for 1 year and they've been trading, you know, 10 times a day every day, they're gonna catch on a lot faster. Should have waltzed for the 5-minute close. Waited for the 5-minute close. Yeah. Got stopped out with you. We win together, we lose together, Yoda. Giant liquidity sweep. Yeah, that's all it was. It was just like a liquidity sweep. Because, I mean, if you look at all these, I mean, that was like a very big candle that just came out of nowhere. So I'm not even mad about it. Shouldn't have happened. And then it went right after that. It went right down into. It's probably going to do right down to where I wanted it to go, back to bouncing off of this point of control somewhere. How do you check RSI? Rebecca, you would come to the indicators right here. You would type in RSI, click on RSI. It would come down here. It will show up at the bottom. And I also got a short coming out on RSI soon. But anything that's above the 70 right here, when it comes out of the zone, the 70, that's overbought conditions. So that would be like if you're looking for a short, that would be a better time to take it. And anything that's below 30, that's oversold conditions. You don't want to use RSI alone, right? You don't want to just go every time it's at 70 and every time it's at 30, you long and short, because you'll get wrecked. But you want to use it with other confluences, right? Like how I was saying, I'm going based off this volume profile. I'm going based off of, at the time, the EMA was below the VWAP. So there's a couple of different things that was giving me, that was signaling to me bearish for this very short time frame. So that's how you would use RSI. It just helps. It just, when you have a bias, RSI just kind of helps you get a better entry. That's all it's for. It's just it's like, okay, you know you want to short based off your confluences, but where do you get your entry at? That's where RSI can help you, right? It's above 70, that's where you get your short. You're below 30, that's where you get your long. And then the ATR just helps you with stop loss, with risk, knowing how much size you should do, plus the points that will add up to your risk. That's pretty much how you use those two. Currency, CPI, and others non-relevant events. Looks solid for 26 worth to the shot. We also have a plethora of knowledge compared to the ones before us. That's also true. Yeah, we can learn at a lot higher frequency than people that's been trading like 10 years ago, because they had to like check out a book and read it, or like set up a meeting with somebody that knows how to trade and get an hour with them at lunchtime to try to discuss it. Looks solid for 26 worth of shot. Chat long looks nice. Yeah. Yeah, the long's looking, I mean, I don't know. I'm still sticking with my bias. I'm still sticking with, we're just chopping in this range, but I could be wrong. All day today I was wrong on my bias. So I mean, we're in the market condition, whatever this market condition, sideways action. I've been getting a little messed up here on it, so. I trade, I'm like the opposite. Like a lot of people trade very well in just like an easygoing market. I trade better with volatility. When there's, for like movement traders, right? Or momentum traders, like when it's moving, I don't know, I get higher winning rate for some reason. That's why I make most of my gains off New York and not Asia. But I have past accounts on Asia market, don't get me wrong. I mean, my bias was kind of right here if it starts coming down. So, trade was right, stop loss was wrong. But who was going to foresee this candle out of all this? Not nobody. Not nobody. Chat long looks nice, holding where it needs to, above 50, 60, 40. I pay attention for entries. Yep, that's all good stuff right there. What do we say? I missed something over here. Hate to see stop get taken out and start heading my way. Yep, happens all the time. That's why I started using the ATR, because since I've been using the ATR, it's helped me a little bit better. Dude, you got a huge liquidity candle and a multiple fair value gap. It's looking short. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been thinking too, like when I was getting chopped up today, I've been thinking that they've been wanting to come down into this 4 hour fair value gap, or at least come retest off of it or something, but no. They haven't touched it. Market really didn't move too much today. Okay. Said hi. Thank Crypto Miz. Thanks for saying hi. R8, sir. AJ, what's that mean? What's R8 mean? You throwing up gang signs on my stream, brother? You representing? I'm just playing, AJ. Oh, bye, AJ. See you later, brother. I'm almost 2 years, but I can't trade. Why can't you trade? If you're still here, I know you said bye. When did you first start buying, trading crypto? So I started crypto back in like the NFT boom. If you remember when that was, like 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. Pre-COVID. Time descent matters. Which you are currently seeing. Do you have a favorite MA? Yes, Shadow Crypt. So my favorite EMA, and this is for NQ futures, is the EMA 58. I don't know why it's not coming up. There we go. The EMA 58. And then VWAP. So those are the two moving averages that I use on a certain time frame. Yeah, so the 58 EMA is not as good on like anything higher than the 5 minute. It doesn't respect as well. So 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, it just doesn't do as well. But it is designed for 5 minutes and below. So 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, any of those, it does good on. It's a faster moving, right? It moves faster than the 50, or a little bit slower than the 50, but faster than the 100. So it's you don't want it for high time frames. It's more of a scalper's MA. What you're currently seeing. Be back in a few. All right, Impulse Waiver, I'll see you when you get back. I'm cooking right now. All right, see you later, AJ. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys don't mind smashing the like button on your way out too, I'd highly appreciate it. Are you using 50 EMA? It's the 58 one. I made a short on it. It's a 58. Chat long, nice. Holding where it needs to hold. Yeah, it's still holding above this nearest highs right here, but I don't think it's, I don't know. I still feel like, and I could be completely wrong, it may want to keep going up, but I feel like it's just gonna chop in between this range. I don't know. It's just that's my feeling tonight. Back in the short. You changed that up pretty quick. You long? Yes, Varsh. Well, actually, this is the chat account, Varsh. The chat account is long, so I put a poll up for you guys, and y'all voted long or short. Whichever the more votes sided with is which side we took the trade. So I was in a short here, but unfortunately we got this freaking angel candle of nowhere came up and wicked me out, so of course my short didn't play out the way it should have. Sorry I comment so much, laid up from surgery and this is my entertainment. Yoda Trades, I want you to comment more. I want you ain't commenting enough, brother. No, I'm just kidding with you, but comment more. Everybody comment. Like when you guys comment, I don't know if you know this or not, when it comes to live streaming on YouTube, when you comment, there's a analytics that's called chat rate. Your chat rate number goes up. So right now on the short side, it's at 0, which when it's at 0, it doesn't really push it out to too many people. On the horizontal side, it's at 3 because of you guys talking a lot more on the horizontal side. So with it being at chat rate 3, it will continue to keep pushing out a little bit more and a little bit more to viewers. So definitely, I mean, I love the comments, brother. Keep the comments coming. It's helping me for one, and for two, it's giving me something to talk about while I'm trading. That's what makes it fun. I went through that phase for like a month of streaming to nobody, and trust me, no comments is not fun. That's not where it is. When you live trade to nobody, it's not fun. Just tried checking out on Aqua and it glitched, avoiding like the plague now. What do you mean it glitched? I need to know these things because I'm probably gonna get me one tonight. This dump. They got a Discord too. I jumped in their Discord. It seemed pretty legit. 2-minute delay on my stream. Yeah, unfortunately, because I'm streaming in 1440p at 60 frames per second, it won't let me do ultra low latency. The furthest I can do is low latency. So there's normal latency, low latency, and ultra low. Normal is like 15 seconds. Low is like, I don't know, like 5 seconds or something like that. And then ultra low is like almost instant. If it's longer than that, you go to trades, you may have to hit the live button to catch back up in case it buffered on you. You in long, Varsh. Yep, we're in the long. We're in the long. You know, for RSI, you look for 70 and 30. What about ATR? Rebecca, so ATR, the number that you use for that is the amount of points. So say if the ATR is at 6, then that means the average candle length is 6 points. So you would use it, you would try to at least do 2 candles width from your entry to your stop loss, right? Especially on NQ, because NQ moves a lot more than like say ES. So you would use, so say if the ATR is at 5, right, like it is now, then 2 times 5 would be 10. You want to make sure your stop loss is like a little bit above 10 points on your stop loss. And then also kind of gives you an idea of how much you want to risk. So if you risk $200 per trade and you know that, okay, well, I'm going to do about a 12-13 point stop loss, you can do the math and figure out how much size you can use to still equal your $200 loss. So that's how you would use ATR. ATR is just to help you manage your risk and stuff with your entries. My shorts just got saved. Let's go, Harvey. I don't know if any of you guys were in the short when I was in the short and didn't get wicked out by this angel candle of death. But if not, then I'm glad that it's still playing out for you. Try converting currency to UAE, and I said F that. Well, I don't know. I mean, what country are you in, Yoda? Are you in a different country or something? You might have to check the country list to make sure that you're able to go with them. Would share a screenshot if I could on here. Aren't you in the Discord? Share it in the Discord. Come to the Discord, put it in here. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Just checking on news real quick. Are you using the 50 no stop loss set? Yeah, we got a stop loss set for the trade. It's at, we're risking 250. So it's 250 risk. I have the TP at 500, but you know, I'm usually, like I said, I'm usually dynamic with it, so I'll move it if it needs to be. Is this AI? Is what AI? Let me know what you mean, Boss Nation. Would you be looking at neckline where price is at right now for indicators of futures downtrend? Would you be looking at neckline where price is at right now for indicator for future downtrend? What do you mean neckline? Like, are you talking about like a head and shoulders pattern? I'm sorry, Juan, if you could just kind of reiterate that. Would share a screenshot. Yeah, just drop it in the Discord, Yoda. Risk tolerance hit on that. It tried automatically to check it out in that format. I learned something new last night. It's pretty cool. Boom! Fuck your whole world up. Where we going? Which way's right? Ah! Okay. Wait. Was that the right way? Look, now y'all's trade is looking a lot better. It's gonna drop. This bad boy is gonna dump. I thought it was pretty cool. Nate, what is up, brother? There is a kind of head and shoulders I think he might mean. Oh, I got you. Okay, so for a head and shoulders, so like maybe on like a higher time frame, right? Like a 5-minute, like a 15-minute. Okay, so I see on like a 15-minute, right? You got your shoulder, creating a head, shoulder, dump it. Yeah. It hasn't really made that pattern yet, so I typically won't try to predict the pattern, right? Because I've tried to do that, and so many times have I tried to predict that this is going to make a head and shoulders, and it doesn't. So I at least wait. Like if I'm going to try to predict if I'm going to think that it's going to do that, I'll watch for a shoulder, a head, and then when we're like in this zone, then I'll go, okay, this is probably going to be a shoulder. Let me go ahead and get in the short here for down here. If I'm going all, if I'm looking at that. Or same thing for an inverse head and shoulder. But I typically, this early on, I wouldn't try to predict that. No, the only reason why I was saying short was because if you have your volume profile over here and you zoom out, like say you take right here where it starts at, where the session starts. I know that because the VWAP's right here. So that's your 6 o'clock candle. And you move it to the very edge of the screen to where only that candle is the candle you can see. Then it will adjust this volume profile to be exactly this session only. And so looking at it with volume profiles, there's patterns with this, just like there's candle patterns like head and shoulders and all that, right? So the pattern with the volume profile is you have your P pattern, and then if point of control comes through the P area, then that typically indicates for longs, right? And then you have your D-shaped pattern where your point of control is through the D. That typically indicates shorts. And then you have your capital D pattern, right, which is what we have right now. This is what we have right now. And with point of control coming through the middle of it, which is what we have right now, then that typically just means it's going to do this. It's just ranging. Now, just like candle patterns, it's not always going to be 100%, right? You can have a head and shoulders and it never dump. And you can have a volume profile pattern and it never do that. But it's just one more confluence plus the fact that we've been ranging and flat for the past day and a half. Plus the moving average at the time was below EMA, was below the VWAP, which it has been since the session opened. I got the 4-hour fair value gap down here that I'm wanting to see get hit. So there's a lot of little things that just made me think to short here to answer your question. Jekyll, hi trades. What you trading? I am trading the NQ futures. And hi, what is up, brother? Bottom of closet red candles. Bottom of closest red candle. Oh, bottom of closest red candles. Oh, I got you. How did you mirror the chart? That was cool. It's a secret. Like this. What me do? Oh, I messed up. It's Alt. You hit Alt and I at the same time. Someone showed me that last night on stream, and I thought it was cool as hell. I was kind of nervous to do it at first because I hit Alt F4 one time in a game from a friend telling me, and it closed out my whole game, but it was pretty cool. My short just got saved. Average tolerance us. Okay, so there is a kind of Head and Shoulders. Yep. On the 1 minute, but it's not very clear. I think we're bullish until I see otherwise. Yeah, I mean, overall, even though I think we're going to consolidate, I do think we're just at a we're at like a sideways, but like slowly bullish, right? From this week. And we're still recovering. I mean, if you think about it from a market point of view, we're still recovering from this big dump. We sold off Friday, and we're just kind of slowly been recovering it back. What did I miss? Oh, not much. Still consolidating. Yeah. Like you said, impulse waiver. It's going to go up. It's going to consolidate. It's doing its typical little, you know, its little bear flag. Boom. It's holding its bull flag right now. Ever look at anchored VWAP intraday like 4 hour? No, Jason, I think my VWAP is set. So the one that I use is anchored to the session. And then the source is high, low, close 3, which I'm assuming is just high, low, close. It's the 3. But no, I've never tried the anchor intraday. I don't know if it'll let me do that. So they don't really have that on Project X. They have session, they have week, monthly, quarterly, yearly, decade, century. Holy cow, let's see what century looks like. I gotta see this. I gotta see the century VWAP. Did they even have trading 100 years ago? Trivia question for you guys. When did trading become a thing? When did the markets first open? That's the century. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought the century would be a lot lower. Let's see. So that's a century. Decade. Yearly. Quarterly. Monthly. I kind of like the quarterly. Look at that. The quarterly's kind of there, no? The week. Oh, week's too close. Yeah, I just do session though. I'm a scalper. I'm gonna keep it on session. We ain't looking for those big time swing trades. Oh, by the way, Yoda trades. That's another thing that Aqua Futures has that I saw that seemed pretty interesting. It said that you can swing trade. So you can hold positions after close. That's the only prop firm that I've seen that does that. I haven't seen too many prop firms that did that. So we dropped. We're getting signs of weakness right here. See, like the doji, the wiki stuff. So we should start seeing a pump back up. Or if it, if it was going to reverse, it's just showing signs of it. My guess is the 20s. The 20s, so right about where the stop loss is. Grand. By the way, guys, you guys that are on the short live, if you want to see more, you can move over to the horizontal live. All you have to do is just click on the YouTube profile and then click on the live, and it'll take you over to the horizontal. Late 1800s, Yoda. Holy cow! Can you imagine trading in the 1800s? You had to put a little note into a bottle and have your eagle fly it somewhere, or put it in a bottle and float it across the ocean. Like you had to traverse through like 10 foot of snow for a year just to get one trade in. That must have been crazy. I feel like by the time you got your trade in, you had already blown the account. You know what I mean? Like in the mid 1800s, by the time you got your trade to the market, you'd already blew it. It was already way past your trade. You already lost. I wonder what trading was like back then. If you guys don't mind, please smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm also going to drop my Discord link in for you. We do talk about trading in the Discord. Also, we'll be having some giveaways. We just got the payout on Bullinox coming, so definitely going to be having some giveaways with that. Might do some in Discord in-house. So I'll drop that in chat for you guys. Mostly commodities, oil, corn, sugar, salt, shit like that. I bet you salt was a big commodity back in the 1800s. Everybody was wanting that salt. What are the confluences you use to take this long? I just got in. So this isn't my long, yo mama. This is the chat account. So I have a chat account right here, and then I have like the streamer account. So on the chat account, I put in the chat a poll for long or short, and you guys get to decide on whether you want to go short or long. And if you guys pass this account and we get any payouts from it, I will take the money and just put 100% of it back into buying account codes to do giveaways for you guys. So it's kind of like a way that y'all can interactive trade while we're on stream, and also, you know, earn something out of it. And also, welcome to the stream, yo mama. That is your name, right, yo mama? Yo mamu. I'm over here saying yo mama, and it's not even your mama. He's like, what you say about my mama? First timer. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I dropped the Discord in chat if you want to join that. I don't know if you're a Discord user, but we do talk about trades throughout New York time. I'm always posting my trades in there. And I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the Discord. Let me bring it over here so the shorts live can see it as well. So in here we have the Discord announcements, the stream announcements, right? So anything related to those two, I'll drop in there. We do have the news feed, so if you guys, you know, are trading or whatever and you want to see that in Discord, it's there for you. I got my Instagram and my Twitter post. I also have a TikTok, which I need to add. We have our prop firm discount codes. If you guys purchase through any of them and want to support the channel. We have the social links here to follow. These are the bots, so if you just want to know what the bots in here do. And the chat account. The chat account is where I log the trades from chat account. I'm going to start this back up, but I'm just waiting for this account to blow, and then we'll start it back up. And then we have the general. We have post your trades, so if anybody wants to post your trades in here. Chart art, so if you're a good chart artist and you want to draw a nice bull chart art or something like that, you know, post it in here. I may be doing a giveaway for the best chartist, so the person that has the best chart art, and also a giveaway for the best trades, whoever posts the best trade. Ideas and feedback, if you guys have anything that you want to ask as far as in prop firm discount codes, things that I can do to make the stream better, or video suggestions, or Discord suggestions, anything at all, I would love any feedback that you guys have. Payouts, post your payouts in here. That's my nice shiny little plaque right there, you see. Pass evals, post any of your certs there if you just want to show off that you guys are passing stuff. I post my stream winners here, trade of the week, charters of the week winners. We'll do our enter giveaways in-house here. And then we have the VC. So if anybody wants to jump in here and hang out and trade and talk about trading and all that good stuff, then you can be in here. Yep. So that's the rundown of the Discord. Amsterdam 1611 First Mower Stock Exchange. Wow, Juan, that's crazy. That's way back. I couldn't even imagine how trading was like back then. That bullish looks good for the upside. Yep. I'm still sticking with my bias. I'm still thinking we're just going to keep ranging throughout here all night, but we'll see what happens. Just join your Discord. Thank you, Tan. I trade mainly through New York, and that's why I post, like, if I see like some good trade setups, or really the trades that I take, I will post in there so you guys can see it. And I would want you guys to post yours too if you want to show off, or if you just want to have other people say if it's a good trade or not a good trade, whatever. First timer here, well, welcome. EB, I'm just gonna call you EB because I don't know how to pronounce that. Mama RT. I'm a new trader and definitely need someone like you to learn from and succeed. Yep. Well, if you have any questions at all, Tan, I mean, by all means, I'm not a professional trader, so none of it is financial advice. But when it comes to using like indicators and confluences and coming up with trading strategies and all that stuff, I can help you with any of that. If you have any platform questions, prop firm questions, I can help you with any of that. May not be a professional trader, but I am informational. Chart art. I love it. Yeah, Frank. You like my chart art? Look at my chart art. Let me go back to my chart art here. Chart art. That's my that's that Monster Off Monsters Inc. I'm always watching, Savasky. And then that's my bull right there. That's the bull pattern. When you see that, it's gonna skyrocket. It's a bull pattern. That's somebody trying to copy my bull pattern, but it's not as pretty as mine. And that's the ram pattern. That's I don't know what the heck it's gonna do. So I just drew a ram and called it something. Yo, Red Candles, why there is 2 lives on your YouTube page? Because there's just not enough room for all y'all in one. We big like that, so we gotta have 2 of them. Go big or go home. No, just kidding. I have some people requested that I live stream on the shorts, so like like this video style, and so I added it on, which actually is nice because if you guys are on the short live and you want to be horizontal where you see more of the screen, you can jump over to that. So I just have the 2 lives going in case somebody rather watch it short or rather watch it horizontal. There's 2 different types of people out there, and some of them like one way and some like the other way. I'm a pleaser. I'm trying to appease everybody. I'm 1K away from passing a 50K eval. Let's go, EB. What type of prop firm you want, EB? You on Bullinox? You on Alpha Futures? You on that MFFU? Oh, 1.4K from passing. You guys are killing it. Is that just from trading tonight? Good night, all. Have a good night, Jeremy. Thanks for hanging out and chilling in the stream. You stream Asia session every day. So I stream Asia session Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm either going to do a Thursday or a Sunday. So either Sunday nights or Thursday nights. So 4 days a week I'll be streaming Asia session. Yes. Would it be wise to buy right now and go long as you have your orders set up right now? So me personally, I wouldn't go long right now. If you're asking the chat voted long. So the chat is saying you should go long right now. What I think is going to happen is I'm thinking it's going to do this. It's just going to chop. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking all of this range right here, or let's do it like this. All this range right here, I think we're just chopping. That's what I'm thinking. But Chad is thinking that we're going to go long. So depends on who you ask. Everybody has a different bias. I can tell you though, if you long, you're more likely to win because there's more green candles than there are red candles. If we're statistically speaking, you know, you are more likely to win if you long. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Despite the name red candles, market goes up more than it goes down. If you ever don't have a bias and you're just like, I just got to get in a trade for whatever reason, I can't stand it no more, then I would long. You'd have to have more of a reason to short than you do long. Let's put it that way. If you were just going sideways like this, like for example, if we were just doing sideways action like this, and I want to get in a trade, I would long. Even though it's a 50-50, it can go up or down, I would still long. Just because you can go back and look, as history has taught you, the market goes up more than it goes down. Why mess with probabilities? My 20s guess was way off if it was in the 1600s. Yeah. Well, somebody on the horizontal side in Impulse Waiver said that 18. When was it? I think it was Yoda Trader. Yoda Trader said 1800s, mid-late 1800s. But then somebody over here said 1161 or something like that, which is absolutely insane. Got it. Sessions, Apex 50. Oh, you use Apex? Okay. Actually, I should be getting a code with Apex here soon, EB. So if you ever want to support the channel, you can use the code. I'm in the middle of talking with one of their support team members about getting my own code with them. Not that I use Apex, but just because I know how popular they are and how many people do use them, and I want to at least have codes for, you know, if you guys are gonna buy them anyways, might as well get a code for you, right? I have my own recommendations on prop firms. If you like trading with Project X, then I would suggest you come to my Twitter. Come to my Twitter profile, my X profile, which I'll go ahead and link that in chat for you guys. I have a tier list that I posted in here. So the tier list is, and this tier list is based off of data. So basically, I had a bunch of criteria. I inserted data straight from their frequently asked question or the rules from the prop firm. Here you go. Here it is. That is the tier list with prop firms you can use from Project X. So E being the worst and A being the best. But I inserted the data, so no bias, right? I didn't put my own personal bias in here. And basically, yeah, I inserted all the data, and this is what the outcome was. So this tier list is based purely off of stats. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let your guys' trade play out. I'll be right back. I have to take a quick bathroom break. Don't freaking go anywhere. I'll be right back. I'm back, baby. Oh, y'all's long is taking forever. I'm about to stop y'all out and take a trade. Pine Tree, yo, Tradeify Project X this month. It's already out, ain't it? I thought Project X already has let me see. Oh, coming soon. And Earn to Trade. So I got approached by Earn to Trade today. They emailed me and they want me to promote their prop firm. So I'm going to have a meeting with them and we're going to talk about, I want to check into them first and see if they're somebody that I would want to promote. But yeah, Project X is picking up more. We might have to make another tier list here soon. All right, let me catch back up with the chat here. Is Bullinox still 91% off, bro? No, Bullinox is 83% off. If you want to use code RED, which I don't mean to harp too much, guys, but if you guys want to use prop firm accounts, don't mind my bull here, 1 second. If you want to use prop firm account codes in my Discord, please use any of these codes that you guys have. I'm still trying to get more on top of it. If you guys are gonna buy them anyways, you know, feel free to use my code. I'm purely taking the money that we get from these codes and just buying giveaways with them. So honestly, it's just giving back to you guys. It's not even for my own profit. But please jump in the Discord and I will link that in the chat again just for anybody that hasn't got it. They're all in there. They'll either be code red or they'll have a link that you can click on from there and do it. Isn't Project X owned by Top Step? Yes, it is. But there's a lot of prop firms that pay for the API to get on there so that way they can, you know, they can use it. I personally like Project X because I mobile trade. And so, yeah. Yo, Yoda's my man right now. We be keeping that chat rate up, Pine Tree. All right, let me catch up with your guys' chat. Your long's playing out pretty good, though. So far, looking good. We're going to trail it. Or no, I don't want to trail it. Let's just go to... I'm just going to hover it. I need to get some water. Ugh. Doing all this talking got my throat hurting. Oh, there we go. Got a little profit off of that. Let's see here. Trade has been around longest time, but yeah, it has been around a long time, Yoda. For sure, I'll use it. What's the best prop to use then? Cool, I'll just follow you there. Yeah, so if you look, EB, that's the tier list that I got. My personal ones that I use is based off of the account type that I want. So if I want cheap, then I go Bullinox. If I want same day payouts, then I go Trade Day. And if I want to try to push for like big payouts, I go Alpha Futures. So those are the three that I personally use. Bro, app name. Said hi. Okay, hi, brother. Hi, broski. Let's see here. Yeah, love using it. Love lookout feature, super useful. Usually hope from Pine over to you. Yeah. Yeah, that's why, honestly, that's why I don't start streaming until after 8 o'clock, because I watch Pine myself. I can't stream and watch him at the same time. I thought about streaming and just have Pine up. Like, I'd just be streaming Pine. So that way I'd be streaming and watching him at the same time. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, well, maybe Pine Tree will frown upon that. Me, you know, me just using his content without his permission and all. I think it would be frowned upon. I don't know. Was gonna do it, but I decided not to. I did stream his giveaway though one time, because I was watching his giveaway and I had to start my stream because his giveaway carried over, and I was like, well, screw it, I'm gonna stream the giveaway. Sorry, Pine. Which one does the same day payouts? Trade Day does the same day payouts. I don't have an affiliation code with Trade Day, though, because they piss me off. But if you want to use Trade Day, Pine, don't you have a code for Trade Day? I think Pine has a code for Trade Day. Did I tell you what happened with Trade Day, Pine? So I had a payout of like $200 on the affiliation code, but I had used my own code for one of my accounts, and so they denied the payout. Because, which I was like, why? You got the same amount of money. What's the difference if I use somebody else's code? But I guess that's something they didn't like, so I got mad and I don't have them no more. But all right, guys, I am gonna have to wrap this up. Please drop a like before we end this. Is it easy to trade futures than Forex? I think it's easier to trade futures over Forex, but I guess it depends on who you ask. Because futures, you're just following the stocks, right? And sometimes that can be easier than following currencies. I am from Florida. But anyways, guys, I do have to wrap this up because I have to get up in a few hours for work. So we're going to end it here, but I'll be back on tomorrow night around 9 o'clock. If you guys can drop a like, join the Discord. I appreciate all of you guys, and thank you for tuning in. I hope you all have a good night. Peace.